Hey, what's up? It's the Dude Man 779 here today, and I'm going to be doing a review of the Sony Psvita 2000. I just recently sold my 1000 so that I could get the 2000 model. I did not ship it in from Japan. I got the Borderlands 2 limited edition pack, and I only have one complaint about that pack, in which it is that it's a download code for the game, which is really annoying. And I actually have the box so I can show you. 1 second. The box is right here. Very nice box in my opinion. One of the better Psvita boxes. It feels more premium than a really thick cardboard box. And the new 2000 models, which I agree with this, which it didn't bring down the price. Take that back. But they're Wi-Fi only, which is good because nobody used 3G anyway. There was no reason to. And this version of the game came with the game voucher, which I'm about to show you, and the 8GB memory card. The memory card is very nice actually, but the problem with it is, and this is the problem with the Vita itself, not the memory card, is that the Vita itself comes with now pre-installed 1GB of memory. And there's a problem with that because you cannot use it if you have another memory card. So you could say, oh well, you know, since you only really get like 7GB or something with the memory card, maybe that's not how it works. And then you could have like, you know, 9 or 8 or 9, but no. This is the voucher that comes with the limited edition pack, and it's the thing that. Sorry, that was my dog calling at the door. The thing that I really like about this pack is that, well, Borderlands 2 and the Vita in general, because whenever you buy it, you get this. You get the 6 Borderlands 2 add-ons, and 2 of them are, I think, like, one of them is 500 megabytes, the other one's about 800, I think, or it might be 600, 800, but it's about like 1.5 gigs to 2 gigabytes of extra stuff that you get, which is a huge problem, because this 8GB memory card that it comes with, yeah, that's great, but 5 of it is taken up by the game itself, because you get the download game, which is 3 gigabytes, and the add-ons, which are 2. But, you know, the add-ons, you get 2 extra character slots, like things, you know, you can choose instead of like just the original 4, you get 2 more. And then there's some extra, like, missions and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a good deal, but if you want to play other big games, you're not going to be able to unless you can afford their $3,000 memory cards. And the back, obviously, I've already used the code, so if you use it, it's just going to come up error or whatever. And these are actually the add-ons. I can show you if the focus will work. No focus. Okay. Well, I'll just read them to you. You have Captain Scarlet and her Pirate's Booty add-on, which I heard is a really good one. Mr. Torg's Campaign of Carnage add-on. Necromancer character class. Right now I'm in my first playthrough of the game, and I'm using the Psycho character class. I'm loving it. Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack 1. I have yet to see what that is. I had to look that up. Collector's Edition Heads and Skins Pack. Now that's, you know, just customize your character more. That's one problem I do with the game. It's the customizability is god awful. It is bad, but, you know, whatever. You know, you have all the little blah 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 information, right? Alright. This is what your cards are going to come in. One of these little plastic things. And if you've had the Assassin's Creed, the Madden, the Black Ops Declassified packs, you will recognize this perfectly because this is what yours came in. With your 4GB memory card and your game. Now, they package this like this. And for me, this is like a huge tease because you have that game empty slot right there. They couldn't have put the game in there instead of having it download. It's stupid to me, but it's whatever. You still get the 8GB memory card, and I also already have one, so that's just there. That's pretty much all that's inside of the box. Cover art for the box too. That's the side, the back, which is really boring, and then the other side. PS Vita, compatible with PlayStation 4. Now back to the Vita. Now the thing I like about this more than the original one is it's a lot slimmer, and you might think, well, the bulkier it is for bigger hands, it might be better, but that's not true. I mean, that's not true. I've had both, and I prefer this one. Honestly, it's the slim. It gives more room for your hands. Like, cause think of it this way: if it were, you know, about, I think it's about that much thicker, like a quarter of an inch, maybe, I don't know, millimeter. I think it's a couple millimeters thicker. You have less room to extend your fingers because more of your fingers wrapping into that itself. You know, it wraps into it. You know, like say my thumb. Alright. See how my thumb is like that? Right there? How it's like barely covering any of my thumb. Well, the other one would come to about right there where my other finger's at. So that's less room that you have to, you know, wrap around it. That's just an example. And another thing I like about this is they changed these so now they're circles, which I really enjoy the way the circles look. They added like this, which, you know, I don't really have an opinion on this. It doesn't matter to me, like a little border around it. And like they made it slimmer and smaller, like not shorter or anything, but it makes it feel like the screen is larger than it is because there's less of a bezel around the thing. And the silver, it's all a solid color, so it makes the screen feel very, you know, like it all makes it feel all interconnected and everything. With the silver bezel that you had around the Vita, it just made it feel smaller because you have that separate color to, you know, separate things, and it just made it, I don't know, just made it feel smaller. Now, you can tell it's got a much more brushed feel on the sides. Well, you can't tell because you can't feel it unless you have it. But, you know, it looks nicer in my opinion. It feels nicer. It's a much more grippy. You know, your hands start sweating playing intense Call of Duty matches. You know, quick scope and your hands start to get sweaty. You know what I mean? No. And it's much more grippy. And another major improvement is this. They made them much, much larger. If you remember before, they were, you know, really little tiny things. And you would always bump into the back of touchscreen when you're playing stuff. And most games don't even have that, so it doesn't matter. But, you know, games like Little Big Planet, you would bump into while you're playing, you know, stuff like that. You know, same things all around. You get the memory card slot. Now, I can't remember, for some reason, I don't know why, if this was here before, which I'm pretty sure that it was. But another major difference is this. It went from their proprietary port that they had, just that Vita port that was really annoying if you wanted to charge your devices and you had to switch out your cords. For me personally, because I use a lot of devices and I switch out, switch in, you know. And I like this because now pretty much all my devices use the same exact charger. And it's really nice. I don't have to unplug anything. And the Vita charger itself is very nice. It charges very quickly. So you got your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, just standard, nothing special there. The speakers were redesigned. They look nice. Another big difference is, if you remember, the old Vita, the home button would glow when you have a notification or when it's charging. They got rid of that, and now up here is where it glows. If you see, now it's on. So it's going to glow there, and when it's charging, it turns orange, I think, on this. And this, no, this is the notification, this is the charging and power. I'm guessing when it's almost dead, it'll probably turn red, but I've not gotten it, so. And then, so, you know, it's nicer for me because sometimes if I was in my bed about to fall asleep, I would get a notification on here, like somebody sent me a message on PSN, then I'd see this giant blue flash in my room and it'd wake me up. The R and L buttons are pretty much the same, but you know, they're just different design. They feel a little bit more clicky, I guess. A little bit more clicky, not that much. You know, the buttons, pretty much all the buttons are more clicky. They feel more, that there's a much more tactile reaction to it. I don't know what the word I would put there, but like it just feels like you get that, you know, feels like you're using something. Have you ever used a controller where it just smushes in and it doesn't feel right? It's like, is it actually working? You know that it's working because it clicks. One of the huge things is they got rid of the other proprietary port up here for accessories that never got released. So now it's just the Vita slot, and there's like this weird empty gap right there, but they think they would have centered it, but I guess the camera, no, that doesn't make any sense because never mind. But the camera's same spots, same resolution and megapixels. Oh, now this is just you can't even see it in the video, sorry, but this is just an aesthetic difference. Instead of the X, squares, and circles and triangles on the back touchpad, it's just little dots, which I don't know if that's going to make a difference to anybody, like, oh, I'm not going to buy this now because there's no more triangles on my back, you know. Now for the main difference that brung the price down $100 and made a lot of people really weary about buying this, or is that the word? Yeah, wary. Yeah, that's the word. They didn't know if they wanted to buy it because of this. And honestly, for me, it's not that big of a difference. It's just some of the colors aren't as in your face, pop out, you know, like, whoa, that's an awesome looking game, you know. It's just, it doesn't make that much of a difference to me. No, I'm just gonna play Borderlands. And if you can't see it in the video because you wouldn't notice it anyway, but it's LCD instead of OLED, which was the old Vita, and that's why the price came down, because LCDs are cheaper to make and they're not quite as good as OLED. It's the same resolution. You can still play all the games, watch your movies in the same resolution. It's just they don't pop out as much with the colors. The colors aren't as vivid. The saturation on LCD is not quite as good, or it's just not quite as vivid, and the colors aren't there like they should be. Now, this wallpaper is a good example. If I had another Vita to show you, because every color's there, you know, but you know, you get all your normal apps. This one comes preloaded with the parental controls and PS4 link and the calendar, and those apps, so they don't really matter. But all in all, I feel like the PS Vita 2000 was almost altogether a straight upgrade compared to the first one. Now, some of you might say, what about the LCD? Is that gonna ruin my Uncharted Golden Abyss gameplay? No. You might not be in such awe as you were when you played it originally. You might think, man, this is a great looking game, but it could look better, first time players. But it's not gonna, you know, push people away from the system and make them say that's disgusting, I wouldn't want to ever use that. No, it still looks better than, you know, most portable game consoles. Now, I'm not gonna put phones in this because obviously phones have a better screen resolution, but phones are not in the gaming market, so it doesn't matter. And I think we all understand at this point why this can't handle that full 1080p, because it's pushing out those, you know, those intense those graphically intensive games like Uncharted Golden Abyss or Borderlands 2, Killzone Mercenary. Mobile phones don't play those games. You know, you have Modern Combat 5. Whoa. Have you seen Killzone Mercenary? It makes Modern Combat 5 look like it's from the freaking, like, PlayStation 2. But this is not the time and place for an argument. But all in all, I think it's a straight upgrade. And if you enjoyed the Vita 1000, you don't need to upgrade. There's no real point to. But if you want something, if you want a different feel, you know, you love to unbox new things, which me personally, that's why I got it. I'd go for it. Or if you're a first-time Vita buyer, I would do it. Don't let that screen, you know, scare you away. There's a lot of great games on Vita, a lot of great indie titles, more AAA titles coming to it that are going to be great later on, and it's just worth it in my opinion. So I'd give the 2nd Gen Vita an 8 out of 10. Alright, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my video, subscribe, like, favorite, whatever you would like to do. I'm going to be posting more tech videos, hopefully, soon. I don't know. New channel for me. First time. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed this new Vita that I got about a week ago. And, well, thanks for watching. Alright, see you later, guys. Bye.